Hara mai te kimihanga, te hahautanga nā tū tere tere nui notu.
Tino pai tēnā, o tā mai rātou, ke te whakawhaiti, i ngā tikanga o mua. Ke oti pai ai mā te iwi Māori.
Koranga mihi mai te rātua tahi, koranga mai mihi mai.
For this hearing, we're entering into a new phase of the inquiry, which is looking at those that suffered the most heinous loss of life as a consequence of Agent Orange, and the poisons that inflicted not only damage for the soldiers that attended there, but for their children in mokopuna.
The main issue this week is really listening carefully to what is being said, understand those experiences, and then take forward the learnings from that.
It was a simple and noble policy to keep Germany disarmed after the struggle of the First World War.
The first battle was the Battle of the Sangro River. We lost a few men there, and then the next one was at Sonia.
There are examples where treatment hasn't been what we consider fair and reasonable, but I think it's important also to put in the context of what the Crown knew then and what we know now.
One of the problems was the inherent racism in government policy of that time. For example, there was rehabilitation programs that were only offered to non-Māori soldiers, and Māori soldiers had to ballot for the entitlements of those entitlements to farms, for example.
We got a letter of discharge, 3 months travel. I think they gave us $200 blood money.
I think Uncle also hit the nail on the head when he says felt second class for people that came back from the confrontations in Vietnam. They weren't allowed to even enter their own RSA.
I hara mātou mō te aha, oki mai ka rekau, kei te pakanga tōna mātou ki te kāwanatanga, e āku wai te kāwana, me kati tērā.
You will hear stories of children having cleft palates, jelly babies, one-eyed babies over the next 16 weeks or so. You will also hear a lot of the difficulties in trying to have these matters aired when we took it to the United Nations and other places.
2014, I think, when this was first looked at, and it's taken a while to get those stories. And I think this is a really critical week to actually understand how we can move forward.
One of the things about the New Zealand Defence Force and the way that this process has evolved is where there are easy issues to deal with, they've done it. I'm hoping that we'll see the same kind of incremental but important approach for serious breaches like that.
The outcome of this, I'm not sure, but whatever it is, we will obviously have to embrace that and put it into place.
We were looking at least a 6 month, maybe a year outcome before we can see the resolution of the outstanding issues of the questions of Agent Orange and the role of multinational corporations and government contracts in the facilitation of feeding of poison to our soldiers.
Kia oti i ngā putinga o tātou tupuna, te whakarete i te iwi Māori, hei kāwana i te iwi Māori. Koina te kōrero o Wikitoria, ana me whakatinana ia, i nā ia nei, kau e waiho kia haere, kore take ana.